Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Now, don't let me forget to water those pot plants today. I'm supposed to do them a couple of days ago. Okay, again, where on earth do we start today? We start with entertainment only. And oh my goodness, thank you. 60,000 squeaked over eventually, so thank you. So appreciated. For those that have been with me for ages would know that I would be doing this whether I had 20, and some of you have been there since I've had 20 subscribers. Some of you have been here with me, whether I had 20 or whether I had however many. So super appreciated. And thank you for all the comments about the haircut. I mean, this is my basically every 4 months, I just go all gone. And you'll watch it grow out over the next 4 months. It's basically because if my hair takes more than 5 seconds in the morning, I can't be bothered. And a few of you have mentioned that you get distracted by my beautiful artwork. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. If you find yourself mesmerized and lost in the beautiful artwork, then absolutely just zone out and go with it. Okay, where on earth do I start now? Again, as usual, I've posted a few things over in my post section. News out, it's just been broken. Apparently this happened, I believe, back in July, that Hegseth blocked the promotion of a highly decorated Navy SEAL captain who was pretty much the best person for the job for troop commander. And 2 weeks before the ceremony was to take place, he blocked the promotion and cancelled it. She was then forced out of the military because if there's nowhere for someone to advance to, and they've got nowhere, they're not coming, where they come from is gone as well. They're basically a loose unit, and she was forced out of the military after 20 years service. So what an absolute pig. That's all I can say. What an absolute pig. Apparently she had the Purple Heart, had served in Iraq, and regardless of gender, she apparently had passed and came top of her class against the men for this particular position. So can I just mentally give Keg's Breath the double bird, just like the Orange Twerp did get at the football game the other day. And in other news, actually I might do a reading on this. I haven't noted anything down, but I'm going to have a look at it. Which deck do I want? I want the Gilded Tarot Royale. My guides will tell me what deck to use, and that's the one that they make me use. No point in arguing against your guides. And because I read through the imaging, pretty much they tell me what deck to use, and as you saw me screw up my face and be lost for words for a moment, because I was going to have a look at the USS Gerald Ford has now, Gerald R. Ford I think it is, has moved into the Caribbean for Venezuela, the biggest warship in the fleet, plus all its accompanying whatevers, at the same time that the UK has now refused to share intelligence information with the US because of what's happening with the blowing the boats out of the water. So, and I split the deck, and what do we get? The usual culprits, the Tower card and the Seven of Cups. The poor choices, the delusion, the distraction, the smoke and mirrors, and the Tower card. So what do I want to have a look at in regards to this? Because the house is technically supposed to be reopening at noon today, my time. Well, what is it? It's now 2:30, but within 12 hours in the US. But what is happening is that multiple reps are going, oh dear, how sad. But I'd organised with the family to have a long weekend holiday, blah. Oh, please. think they need reminding who they actually work for and who pays for their all their perks and wage and all the rest of it. Christina Talks, I posted a video of hers in the post section, and as pointed out by a few commenters on that video over on her page, was we pay them. They can park their sorry backsides in the queue and wait for a flight like everybody else, and they are getting paid while they wait. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Okay, so what I want to have a look at, I'm just going to have a look about, first of all, the UK is refusing to share, okay, overseas information, and message being bought about overseas information. And then we've got the Ace of Cups, which is about a cleansing, can be a new partnership. It's got the all-seeing eye here. So I did read forever ago that five eyes would be at some stage become four eyes. Five eyes being Australia, New Zealand, Canada, the UK, and the US, with their quite intense intelligence sharing. Yeah, the five eyes becoming the four eyes. So is there going to be any fallout in regards to an offer being made, but I think five eyes is at an end. I think it's now up to 14 eyes. So 14 eyes has become 13, or will rapidly become 13. Yeah, this is a rejection. This is a rejection of what is being offered. And I think the whole 14 eyes is going to become 13. And when I say 14, it includes countries like Japan and I can't think where else, but you know, there are other, probably France and countries like that. So yes, yes. And these cards just popped out again. Overseas information, betrayal. Betrayal, it's my treason card as well. But yeah, betrayal due to the smoke and mirrors. And I think what it is, and yeah, casting the US out in the cold. Now, I do apologise for all you US citizens who are, and non-citizens who just happen to be in the country, who are actually decent people. But yeah, cast out in the cold. Something that's been done in the past is going to be reported to, I'm just going to say it's going to the ICC. Let me just put it that way. It's going to the ICC, the International Criminal Court. Yeah, and then we've got legal downfall. Now, where do I go with this? I'm just going to point out the orange twerp has technically immunity. I've always read that SCOTUS will remove that at some stage, possibly not until after he passes, but you know, the immunity will be removed. But just remember, Rubio and Hegseth, etc., they don't. And Colombia has reported Rubio, Hegseth, and the Orange Twerp to the ICC for criminal abuses against humanity, criminal charges. So, I should just put that out there. Okay, with the USS Gerald, oh my ear just started ringing. Okay, right, this card's popped out again. The Death card. Now, I do get that there will be a false flag event. I've been getting that for a long time. So I keep getting the Nimitz for some reason. I've been getting that since Iran, but I don't know whether it's I don't know where the Nimitz is. I could look it up, only because it's Alden's, yeah, lies, betrayal. This is, if there's ever a false flag card, this is it. False flag, desperate to hang on to this fading misogynistic energy in the face of change. And you've got the circle of support around, well, you've got the three. I'm going to say the three. And there's a lot of anxiety. And okay, thank you. And the three. Yeah, the three that got reported to the International Criminal Court. Okay, so I want to have a look to see with the Gerald Ford being moved into the Caribbean, where do I go with this? The Gerald Ford has been moved in. Oh gosh, and I put them back randomly, and here it is again. The fading misogynistic. There's some sort of ruling that's going to come down with Congress reopening. It's got this sense of desperation, like you can almost smell the desperation for something to happen. It's like they're up against the clock. Okay. What have we got happening here? The Gerald Ford into the Caribbean. What do we need to know? The UK has now declared that they are not sharing intelligence information with the US. He's peeving off the military big time, or the regime is, not by the least with this female, highly qualified, and according to her male compatriots, she was a real badass. Like, you wouldn't want to come up against her. So peeving off the military. Okay, let's have a look. USS Gerald Ford going into the Caribbean. What is going to be the play of events? Thank you. Right, come on down. I've got this card's popped out. What's going to be the play of events? Jeez. Jesus. Mother Mary and Joseph. Tower. Something's going to blow. The challenge is money changing hands, trafficking, money laundering. I mean, I have got noted down EPs with the ex-Israeli PM, etc., to have a look at. It's also, I mean, this is also my card for vote flipping. I believe Rockland County, I haven't even looked, Rockland County, I believe that was having a case. I'll have a look in a minute when I'm finished this reading. But the challenge is, okay, at the foundation, you've got the orange twerp, energy that it's stewing in at the moment, the orange twerp. It's also can be my Fleon card, because his father, I mean, you know, they say they're self-made billionaires, but to be honest, when you lent $500,000 by your father 30 years ago, I don't think you qualify terribly as self-made. Looking at you, Bezos, Trump and Musk, but it's not Fleon in this case. This is the orange twerp, seeing himself as the businessman. We've got the abuse in the background, the abuse of power, the win at any cost, the steal. What do we need to know about the USS Gerald Ford in the Caribbean? I think it's going to be used as a distraction. We've got mercenaries here at the top because they're trying to keep something, documentation, hidden. Now, whether it's votes or whether it's EPS files, I think the Gerald Ford's going to do something, be used for something as a distraction. However, the people aren't going to buy it, the messaging, the Ten of Wands, the messaging, it's not going to come home. It's going to strike home. It's going to be an overreach. And those in the White House are going to find themselves entrapped by the messaging they put out in regards to it. Yeah, an inability to harvest whatever they're planning. The outcome, the Sun, justice, and the Knight of Cups, the false offer, or simply an offer being made. And we've got the voter here. And then we've got the King of Swords, legal. Okay, remembering that the Orange Twerp put out the order for Jack Smith to be prosecuted, and Jack Smith said, "Fine, sure, I'll come along and face the courts, and I'll release all the documents that I have as part of evidence." So I wonder if it's that. We've got here Temperance trying to spin the story using, and we've got the military and we've got the Ace of Swords. Trying to keep something hidden with the Three of Pentacles, but a message is going to come out. This is Harris and the Steel, and it's going to be emotionally overwhelming. I think this is election rather than something to do with the vote steal rather than the Epstein files. Okay. And with that tower, it's like a distraction. Is there going to be a false flag event? Oh, and the wheel turning on the Orange Twerp, karma coming and biting him on the bum. And there's the death card, ending for him. There's something about this that is just. Let's have a look. Is there going to be a false flag distraction? I mean, I keep getting that yes, but I keep getting they're planning one. Is there going to be? Are they going to achieve a false flag distraction? The fading misogynistic, overreach with the Ten of Wands, the false victory with the Six of Wands. Not telling me yes, the Moon card, secrets being revealed about documents or election, something along those lines. And there's the emotionally overwhelming again. We've got the Ten of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, and the Steel and the Orange Twerp. Oh, I think I'm feeling this is election more so than Epps files. Okay, I'll just pause you a minute and see if there was a ruling on Rockland. Hang on. Right, next ruling date is the 29th of November. So if I read that correctly, I'm looking at allaboutlawyer.com. It says the Rockland County Board of Elections filed a motion to dismiss the election lawsuit, and the plaintiffs submitted their response on August the 29th. The judge has 60 days from August the 29th to rule. So the latest ruling will be the 29th of November, August, September, October, November. So we're not there yet. Okay, so I'm not going to read on that, but I'm getting it's an election something. Elections false victory in Russia as I split the deck. Oh, goodness me, you couldn't make this up if you tried. Oh, if you haven't caught the news as well in regards to the Felon's Untruth Social, apparently he started up he didn't start, but there was a chat bot thingy installed into it. And apparently if you asked it questions, it gave true answers. Oh my goodness. So basically, questions like, well, it's now been taken offline, so it's too late to play with it. But was the 2020 election stolen? No, it wasn't. Is there potential that the 2024 election was stolen? Yes, there was. Who's paying for the tariffs? The US consumers are paying, this sort of thing. Wow, might be a rolly head in regards to that one. And as I'm splitting the deck again, we've got, the false victory and the truth coming forward. Okay. And there was the death card popping itself out again. Okay, but let's have a look about, so, the USS, okay. I'm going to pause you again and see where the Nimitz is. Hang on a sec. Right, as of 6 days ago, was still patrolling the South China Sea. Oh, information coming from overseas about the false victory. Okay. Is there going to be? No, I'm not going to ask about the false flag event anymore. I keep getting they're going to try. I don't know that they will succeed. That's not written in stone. I think they'll try. I just get that they're running out of time, is what I'm getting. Now, last week I said that the Senate could force the House to reopen and a lot went, no, they can't. Well, yes, they can. They did by passing the bill with changes, which means it has to go back to the House. And because they passed the bill, it means the government has to reopen. So I'm just putting that out there. It may not always happen like we think it's going to, but the guides usually pretty well much get it right. So, where am I going now? What do I want to have a look at? The house reopening. Is the house reopening going to be delayed? Is the house reopening going to be delayed? And they threw those ones out at me. What have we got? Something unexpected out of left field, a fool, a choice, and then out in the cold. I'm not getting a yes for that. That's not a yes. I don't think it's going to be delayed. I think Mikey might find himself out of a job. Mikey might find himself out of a job before things actually move. And we've got the two knights having a bit of an attack there. The mercenaries and the false friend. I think Mikey might find himself out of a job once it's reopened. Yeah, I think he's going to find himself. Yeah, okay, so this is going to get really interesting. Okay, what else do we need to know? Okay, I might follow up that election thing. Okay, Mikey finds himself out of a job. The vote on the Epstein files getting released goes to, gets voted on, but I mean, it can then sit on Thune's desk for forever and a day. We know McConnell did that while Biden was president. Okay, so yeah, there's going to be a snake in the path to hold up that investigation. And we've got here a surrender, an end, a manipulation, the chariot, an inability or moving, grinding forward perhaps. But there's going to be some sort of restriction to, oh gosh, look at these major arcana, to revealing the secrets of it, because we've got this faded misogyny doing its darndest to protect it. Okay, I'll bring you down, just show you them. This was the first card out, was the Hermit. So yeah, there's going to be a snake in the path that's going to slow down the forward movement of this. It's almost like surrendering to the guardrails. Surrendering to the guardrails. I'm not saying it's going to die, but it might come to an ending and have to be restarted. We've got the chariot grinding forward slowly in the face of the mercenary, but I think it's going to get caught up somewhere. Going to get caught up because of this desperation for those that are named in the files to prevent it from going forward. Got something unexpected then coming out of left field, and the women taking control to bring forward the secrets, and the Judgment card and the Fool card. Yeah, I think it's going to have to take a different tack than just being passed through. It's going to be as obvious as all as anything that who is stalling it. But I do, we've got the women coming forward with the messaging with that Queen of Swords and the Six of Swords moving this forward. Powerful, independent women with that Nine of Pentacles bringing the light, absolutely exposing it. So yeah, I don't think it's the Epps files that they're worried about, because they've got a plan to slow it down. Oh, there was that devil showing itself to me. Where did I want to get? So I don't think it's the Epps files. I think it's something to do with. Oh, speaking of other news, don't you love it? The South Koreans that were detained by ICE have now formed a group action and suing ICE. Good on them. It's been lodged in Pennsylvania. The Election Truth Alliance have lodged in Pennsylvania about something to do with the vote flipping. So if you can, donate to them. Great cause. It was something that passed through my mind. Oh, Ghislaine Maxwell has asked the Orange Twerp apparently to commute her 20-year sentence after he gave pardons to Giuliani, Jeffrey Clark, Mark Meadows, Mark Eastman, Cheesebro, Powell, and Efstigan. I don't even know who that last one is, but anyhow, he gave a heap of pardons. They're pretty much smoke and mirrors pardons, because none of these people were actually serving time at the moment. But Ghislaine's asked for her sentence to be commuted. I have read on it quite a while ago now, and I kept getting that yes, he would. I don't know that he would pardon. He might commute, or he might, in some way, she's going to get out. And then I kept getting that she's going to meet with an accident. So just keep your eye on that as well. I might leave that. Oh, no, let's have a look. Because I've got other things that I want to look at today. Let's have a look. Is the, yes, strengthen the argument about the election? Because if it's proven to be just even in that one county, goes to court and it's proven even in that one county that the Orange Twerp did not win, that there was voter fraud, manipulation, flipping, on a fairly large scale there, the entire government is then under investigation and compromise, because if it's proven that he did not win, nobody in the cabinet should be serving there. Half the blooming Senate and the House wouldn't be serving there. Yeah, this is new journey judgment stuff. Oh, again, major arcana. They just keep coming. So yeah, this is uncharted territory. Absolutely uncharted territory. There's a collective awakening and a big judgment moment where everything's going to be revealed. The money's going to be shaken out and strung up. And then we've got the Star of Hope and Healing, and it is all to do with the false victory. This is huge. There's an offer. There's an offer here by those on the inner circle, like make it go away is what I'm getting from that. Johnson might find himself under pressure to make it go away. I have no idea how he's meant to. Those that are in the inner circle, and this is the throwing under the bus, infighting that's happening. And we've got the Orange Twerp, the Emperor, Empress, Russia, the voter. They're going to be on the back foot trying to defend. I'm talking about the Orange Twerps cohorts. And then we've got justice is coming. Justice is coming. It is coming. Might be slow. It's a bit like winter's coming. What did that take? Nine episodes for winter to arrive. Oh, nine seasons, sorry, for winter to arrive. And however long that actually was in supposed timeline. But yeah, justice is coming in regards to this. So I put it back randomly and there it is again. The false victory, and this is to do with secret dealings behind the scenes in regards to the votes. We know, and it is going to bring Tower moment. Yeah, I think Mikey's under pressure to try and thwart this somehow. It may be they're just running out of time. They're running out of time. There may be a false flag incident that gets spoiled, remembering that Venezuela said that they uncovered a CIA operation to do a false flag on the Grassley that was docked in Trinidad and Tobago. And once the media report came out about that, the Grassley up anchored and left. Yeah, I think, yeah, there's this attempted self-sabotage for the win at any cost to the military. I really do feel there's going to be, but whether I'm hoping it's stopped. I'm really, really hoping it's stopped. And again, guides aren't always accurate. I kept getting that there was going to be a major incident in New York, and I kept feeling it was going to be an issue with the subways, etc., and so forth. You know, that it was a detonation device that was going off, and then they found the cell phone jammers, thousands of them in New York, that were detonated to go off at a certain time, and they never did. So the guides, I'm just going to say the guides are right, but often we don't know till after the event what it actually is that they're trying to get through. So I'm going to leave that there. That's plenty long enough. Let's see how it all plays out. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, love to you all. Catch you shortly. Bye-bye.